Yo, 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 yo. Big Kish back up in here. Katt Williams just broke the internet. He got some information that a lot of us is not privy to. Check this out. Y'all remember Larenz Tate, the one that played Old Dog in Menace to Society? It's about to get crazy. You're not going to want to click off this video. Before we get into that, y'all make sure y'all pick y'all up a copy of Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset, written by me, Big Kish. The link will be in the description for purchase. Look, y'all already know how Katt Williams was on the Shay Shay podcast. Y'all remember he revealed all the information. This time he got Larenz Tate. He tried to warn us about Larenz Tate while he ran from Hollywood. Do not click off this video. Watch this. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
You don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about does following the ritual work. Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear.
Because Hollywood likes to sort of devalue black artists and black folk because you get super talented people at a discounted rate.
Back when Larenz Tate was a sitcom kid, he did have a lot of shows that didn't last. And I'm pretty sure at one point he felt like his career was not going in the direction it should. See, this is a testament that what is for you, and things happen in divine timing.
The real deal is we don't own any platform the way we should. There's a few black-owned platforms, but we don't have a lot of outlets. We don't have as many. So we are not sort of governing over these entities or these corporations.
Katt Williams has been telling us for years that Hollywood doesn't like real ones. It's the fakes, the gatekeepers, the puppets that really thrive in Hollywood. But those with morals and principles tend to get tossed aside. And according to Katt, this is exactly what happened to 90s star Larenz Tate. The same Larenz who lit up the screen in Menace to Society, had the ladies swooning in Love Jones, and gave us pure black excellence every time he stepped on camera. But then he just
and Inkwell, too. He played in Inkwell. Yup, y'all remember Inkwell?
Disappeared. There were no scandals, no arrests, no meltdowns. He just quietly faded into the background and stopped getting roles. So why did Hollywood slam the door shut on one of the most talented black actors of his generation? Well, Katt didn't say straight out, but he dropped enough breadcrumbs to make it really obvious. Larenz might have turned down some of those behind-the-scenes rituals actors partake in to climb the ladder. And when you don't bend the knee in Hollywood, you can't be controlled. And if you can't be controlled, you're no good to them. So the question is, what exactly did Larenz escape? What did he refuse to do that others accepted without blinking? And why did the industry quietly blacklist a man who should have been a household name? Let's break it down.
Like when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses. Everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully.
Back in the 90s, Larenz Tate was that guy. You saw him everywhere. He killed it in Menace to Society as a sadistic gang member OG with the
Did y'all know they got a Menace to Society TV show? YouTube it. It's a Menace to Society TV show. That joint is alright, too.
short fuse. Then he showed his range in Dead Presidents, playing a soldier-turned-robber with real pain behind his eyes.
Now, this young man has obviously forgotten some very fundamental things like decency and dedication and honor. Everything the Corps taught us. He is a disgrace to everyone that has ever put on that uniform, and I will not permit you or him to use the Vietnam War as a cop-out here.
And in Love Jones, man, Larenz had women in a chokehold as the cool, smooth, artsy Darius Lovehall.
This is a little something I've been working on. It's new. I call it a blues for Nina. Ooh. Is that a smile me put on your face, child?
Larenz wasn't just a movie star.
Hey, look, he had the ladies going wild. Yeah, he had the ladies going wild.
He was our movie star. Black men respected him, women adored him. He had talent, charm, and wasn't out here embarrassing himself or the culture. He wasn't caught up in drama, didn't have any scandals, and wasn't chasing attention. He just acted, and he did it well. But then suddenly, nothing. No huge fall off, no controversy, no he said what moment. He just kind of disappeared from the big screen. One minute he was Hollywood's next leading man, but then it was like someone hit the mute button on his whole career. And
he be in them Tubi movies now. When you up in them Tubi movies, you ain't got nobody trying to force you to do nothing you don't want to do.
that's the weird part, because usually when a star fades out, there's some big mess behind it. Rehab, lawsuits, a career-ending mistake. But with Larenz, there was none of that. Now, Larenz is still working here and there, but he never got back in that spotlight he used to own. So what happened? Well, let's just say it looks like Katt Williams was proven right once again, because there are rumors that Larenz started turning down certain roles that felt disrespectful and stereotypical, including, you guessed it, cross-dressing roles. Larenz wasn't having it. He wanted meaningful work. But in Hollywood, when you say no too many times, they just stop calling. And let's be real, the industry doesn't want too many clean-cut, talented, confident black men who know their worth and don't need their approval. That makes them uncomfortable. See, Hollywood has always had a cap on how many respectable black men can be in the spotlight at the same time. They'll elevate one, give him the Oscar, the prestigious roles, the long career, but behind that, it's like they need the rest to stay in the lane of sidekicks. Yeah. Meanwhile, you've got studios throwing money at actors playing the same urban trauma characters over and over. Why? Because just like Spike Lee said, Hollywood is comfortable with black pain and dysfunction. It sells.
That's a bar. That's a bar. Hollywood is comfortable with black pain. That's a bar right there.
It's safe and it doesn't challenge power.
Until we get into the position of being gatekeepers, if we're not in the room, if we don't have a green light vote, it's not getting done. Somebody at the studio has to say, we're making it.
So every time there is, as you said, where everybody's talking about the 10, this is now a new wave of black films. Do you think it's
hogwash?
Hogwash. You don't think it signals a big shift in consciousness? No.
Not buying it.
Not buying it.
Shenanigans.
But a self-respecting black man who won't sell out his own for a check, that's dangerous to the system. That's someone kids might look up to. That's someone who might start calling them out. And they can't have that. So yeah, they'll give you one Denzel, and even he had to be 10 times better, 10 times more controlled, and never slip. And Larenz Tate didn't disappear because he wasn't good enough. He disappeared because...
Man, they said Denzel had pecked the man on the lips with this role, this little Roman role, grease.
His own for a check, that's dangerous to the system. That's someone kids might look up to. That's someone who might start calling them out. And they can't have that. So yeah, they'll give you one Denzel, and even he had to be 10 times better, 10 times more.
This joint right here, this movie, I don't know if y'all seen this movie. I ain't see it, but he said he kissed a man. Yup, he said he kissed a man. Wow. Man, this was Denzel, man. He the only one that ain't put on the dress.
More controlled and never slip. And Larenz Tate didn't disappear because he wasn't good enough. He disappeared because he didn't play the role they had written for him. And this is something Katt Williams has been sounding the alarm about for years.
That's what they all end up saying at the end of the day. Kevin told you he wasn't gonna wear no dress until... No. Oh, no. So they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh. But you didn't make it before they brought it up, did you? It's okay.
People used to laugh it off, saying Katt was crazy or bitter. But now folks are circling back and realizing he was telling the truth. And that's exactly why they tried to shut him up.
Who gonna turn down $50 million? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
One of the things Katt keeps bringing up is how Hollywood tests you. And people love...
That's wild. We're going through the trial. He predicted all of this. P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no. Y'all remember Travis Scott? He grabbed Travis Scott by the neck. He was like, yeah, come on, what we doing? Travis Scott. Ray said, that wasn't for play. He was letting it be known. You got to run away from this guy, man.
love to focus on this dress controversy, but according to KATT, it's not about the dress. It's about humiliation and control. Before you get through that final door, there's always some moment where they want to make you do something that crosses your line, something you'd never do if you had real power. And once you do it, they've got you forever.
That's what makes information so powerful is, you don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about, does following the ritual work? Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. So like when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses. And everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is.
But KATT went deeper than that, and he actually connected all this to something spiritual. Basically, he started talking about how the industry isn't just corrupt, it's dark. And he connected this whole dress ritual thing to the rumors about Baphomet worship among the elites. According to KATT, it's not just about putting on a dress for a role. It's about sacrifice, control, and submission to a power that goes way beyond Hollywood.
20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. And so I knew that in the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him.
Sure, they say in the Bible there's no new thing under the sun. What you think they was doing in Sodom and Gomorrah? Doing the same thing.
You had to kiss his ass ring.
Really?
And it said both of those things. So I knew that both of those things would become popular in the future.
Now, connect that to Larenz Tate. This is someone who had the talent, the look, the respect, everything. But he just disappeared. Not because he wasn't good enough, but because he probably got to that door and walked away. Larenz himself hinted in interviews that he didn't fall off. He walked away. He refused to sell out and didn't take the bait. But see, Larenz didn't just walk away from Hollywood's game. He also started talking and saying the kind of things that make the industry uncomfortable. He spoke out about something most Black actors are pressured to stay silent about, the pay gap. Despite all the talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, Larenz made it clear that Black actors are still being underpaid compared to their white counterparts, even when they bring the same talent, same box office draw, and audience loyalty.
We work twice as hard to get twice as less as our counterparts, right? And that being said, we're not valued. I believe we're supposed to be valued. So those budgets are really important for us so that we can have the kind of quality that we can present to the consumer. And the smaller the budget, the more creative you have to get. And we don't have resources oftentimes as our white counterparts.
And this is the kind of truth Hollywood doesn't want aired out. They expect Black actors to be grateful to take what's offered, smile for the cameras, and never question the system. The second you start speaking on more fairness or power, they start pulling strings behind the scenes. Just ask Taraji P. Henson or Monique. The moment they spoke up about being undervalued and underpaid, they were labeled difficult, ungrateful, or hard to work with. Meanwhile, white actors can negotiate for millions and get praised for knowing their worth.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost.
That overhead, they got a team that they have to pay. And these people be paying these actors and actresses and expecting them to be happy. Look, you better be happy that we even allowed you to be on our movie. That's the thing. We've been letting them know that we excited over pennies for so long. Oh, they accepted us. Oh, we're in now. Yeah, no, you're not in, ninja. That's why I keep on saying, until our face is on our own dollar bill, we ain't really getting nowhere. That's why we need God. We need God to come fix this. We ain't gonna be able to fix none of this. We need God to fix this. Give us our own land and all that.
I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Well, have to. The math ain't mathin'.
But Larenz Tate didn't stop at talking about just paychecks. He also pointed out that just putting black faces in leading roles and cutting them a check isn't enough. The real problem is who's behind the camera, calling the shots, picking which stories get told and which ones never see the light of day. As long as that power stays in the same hands, nothing changes. Because representation without control is just window dressing.
Deal is we don't own any platform the way we should. There's a few black-owned platforms, but we don't have a lot of outlets. We don't have as many. So we are not sort of governing over these entities or these corporations to say, hey, you guys have a great story. Y'all want to tell it and there's money to be made. Come here. So when we do find those places, everybody's trying to go through one keyhole. Everybody's trying to go through one tunnel. And even when you go to non-black owned places, they'll tell you to go over there because they have to find value in what we do. And that's changing quite a bit as we're making it very clear.
But Larenz Tate didn't sell out. And that's exactly why they erased him. He didn't play the game, didn't bow down, didn't trade dignity for deals, and the price, they cut him off. Most offers dried up. Big studio roles stopped coming in. Media stopped covering him. He went from leading man to ghost, not because he lost talent, but because he wouldn't let himself be controlled.
Historically, Hollywood has always taught us we don't translate overseas or worldwide.
Right.
But when you start traveling and you go everywhere and you can't walk down the street, you then know that there's been somebody telling you something all along that's wrong. And my true belief as to why they do it is because Hollywood likes to sort of devalue black artists and you know black folk because.
Same with the record industry. They don't want you to know that you could do it on your own. They want you to feel like you need them. And when it's time to ostracize you, they're gonna stick together. We the only ones that don't know how to stick together. They know how to stick together. When the sister Taraji P. Henson came and she spoke out and said, Oprah ain't paying me enough. All of them sisters, whoever was act up under Oprah for that role, they all should have stuck together. Not just one person. And that's the problem. Even with I forgot her name. The comedian, big comedian, not big, but heavy set comedian lady. When she came out and spoke out, everybody's supposed to say something.
You know, you get super talented people at a discounted rate. You get a super, Hollywood likes to get really talented black folks and get them at a discounted rate. Only, you know, certain superstars that can hit that level that they would feel like they would put a machine behind. But the truth of the matter is we do translate because we're humans just like everyone else.
And this is why,
hold on, I'm gonna let you finish. This is why they going overseas getting them other actors and actresses that know how to sound like Americans, but they, Idris Elba and all of them, with them different accents. I believe they're lowballing those actors and actresses. They're paying them cheaper to act just like us. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think I think they lowballing them people.
why Hollywood didn't just cancel Larenz, they buried him quietly, like they do to anyone who refuses to be a puppet. That's how they do it when you're too clean to smear, but too strong to manipulate. But now the truth is coming out, and with KATT bringing up Larenz's name, that means something. See, no matter how much they try to suppress the truth, the system knows the real ones will talk eventually. Larenz Tate didn't just fall off, he escaped. And now the truth is finally leaking. So let me hear your thoughts on what
they say he too clean to smear. That means it ain't no dirt on him. When they ain't got no dirt on you, they don't like that. They do not like that. So this is why you ain't been seeing him. He be in those 2B movies and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he still could take care of himself financially and all that. But as far as big movie roles, hey, look. we're about to stop seeing everybody playing big movie roles because this AI about to take over. This AI taking over everything. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Classic movie right here. Classic.
What happened to Larenz Tate and why Hollywood stopped giving him roles. Do you think Larenz said no to those rituals KATT talked about? Is it just about being undervalued and underpaid? Or is it even deeper than that? Leave your thoughts in the...
Yeah, he seemed pretty solid. I don't think he putting on no dress. He ain't putting on no dress. They even get who they got to put on the dress. Y'all remember I forgot it. I think it was Vim Rames. Yep, Vim Rames. He put it on. Yep. Holiday Hearts. That's the name of it. Holiday Hearts. Y'all look up the movie Holiday Hearts. They got his big self to put it on. That's crazy. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.